Hi guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Gilbert,
Moon Girl Magic.
Colby,
I'm seeing my hairy armpits.
and Thad Master 7.
Insert funny meme here.
So first things first, how are we doing in this lovely Monday afternoon?
Doing all right. As of this recording, there is an ongoing writer's strike going on, and we give them our full support for better pay and better working conditions because it's all just ridiculous. Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav, he was in Boston University.
Yeah,
Is that right?
apparently it was his graduation ceremony, and apparently he got
not his
booed.
graduation ceremony. He was the speaker at the graduation ceremony.
Oh, really?
And he said that the writers will come back solely because of the art, not because they're going to get paid better, because of the art of writing.
And the students' response, "Hey, you're writers."
That was the most best chant I've ever heard from the students I've seen in my life.
For potentially canceling that Gumball movie.
At the time, it's kind of uncertain, but I will not be upset if there are anything canceled because we all know who's really to blame. Hint: it's not the writers.
Yeah, pretty much.
That being said, everything is going pretty good. I've recently just got my copy of Dead Endia, the graphic novel that inspired the Dead End show. And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is out.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I thought you said you were about to get the game, but apparently it's out now.
Oh yeah, and I still suck at it. I was trapped on a snowy mountain and I just could not get out, and it was literally still on the first island.
Well, all I know is that June is going to be a good month for technically pretty much all of us. Because from the shows and movies, we have a lot that we're going to be delivered. Like from the Spider-Verse, Nimona, what is it? Rudy Gilman. Okay. And what else? Elemental? It's like we're really getting a lot. Jeez.
We also got Haley's On It. I'd say the plot of Haley's On It is weird. Then again, our last two best shows on Disney were basically isekai, so, I've seen weirder.
Yeah. Oh, with that being said, we should get to today's topic, which is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, I suppose. Okay? Because, my goodness, it was a really good show. I cannot lie. It was just an amazing show. It has been a month since the Owl House have ended with its satisfying payoff of a finale that is watching and dreaming. Which leaves the fandom asking this one question.
Now what?
If you haven't seen our previous podcast video, we talked about the future of Disney TVA and what to come after their latest successful animated series was wrongfully cancelled. Not to fret, Disney TVA is somewhat in good hands with a lot of variety of content with shows like The Ghost of Molly McGee, Big City Greens, Kif, the upcoming Haley's On It, Hamster and Gretel, and of course Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
When we say Marvel, you have to be very specific of what kind of Marvel it is. Like by now, people will think Marvel will probably think of the MCU, like the Avengers, or the upcoming, maybe kind of delayed, the Kang Dynasty. It might be delayed for obvious reasons.
Oh, I see.
Well, that might be for the best, honestly.
If you don't know, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is a Disney/Marvel animated series that focuses on 13-year-old Lunella Lafayette, a middle school genius that accidentally created a dimensional portal that summoned a red T-Rex dinosaur. With evil lurking all over the lowest east side of New York, she, along with the newfound companion, became superheroes as they fight crime together. When I first heard of the show, after it got greenlit by Disney, it became clear to me that there would be some potential for another action-packed serialized show being welcomed in open arms. With season 1 available on Disney Plus, and thankfully season 2 is getting renewed, it lived up to its biggest expectations, like the art style, the characters, even the music. And let me tell you, that music, including the theme song, it just goes to show you that Girl and Devil Dinosaur is somewhat the next X Factor.
I will say, when I first heard of Girl and Devil Dinosaur, what was it, a couple of years ago, like when Marvel was trying to be ambitious with his TV show, especially for Disney Plus and all that. I mean, one would say that I might be skeptical because I wasn't sure. It's not solely, but it's just I wasn't sure whether or not it's going to be like this is still part of the MCU plan or not. Regardless, it's a pretty fun series, pretty action-packed as one would hope when it comes to Marvel, and plenty of Easter eggs too if you're a Marvel fan. Recognize some of these villains, like Aftershock, Devil's the Devastator, Odessa Drake, and my personal favorite, the Beyonder.
The Beyonder, man. I personally say the Beyonder was literally one of my favorite villains of the show. There's a common theme with these shows, like with these characters, like whether if it was a hero or villain, or mainly villains, having with these godlike powers. We've seen it with Bill Cipher of Gravity Falls, the Collector of the Owl House, and now the Beyonder.
He also reminds me of Discord, kinda, with all of this crazy transformations.
Oh yeah.
And what's also pretty funny is that the Beyonder is voiced by, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, you pronounced it.
Who also appeared in the MCU as Dr. Foster.
And he also made a brief cameo in the show itself.
I did not know that.
That's what I meant.
Anyway, coming from a huge Marvel fan, I never really heard of Moon Girl until this show was announced. I knew Devil Dinosaur from this poster of Marvel characters I had. Devil was on there. But I never heard of Moon Girl. But I was still somewhat curious to see what the show had to offer. I wouldn't say it's amazing as of now, but it's still pretty fun.
And what's also pretty funny, now we're just entering an age where we are getting Marvel characters from the 2010s to be, to have their own series. Looking it up, apparently Lunella Lafayette has been around since 2015.
Oh really? Like, was she the newest comic character for the Marvels, or was it just happened years ago before the 2010?
Well, apparently she replaced the previous Moon-based character with the Devil Dinosaur, Moon Boy.
Yeah, I definitely never heard of him.
Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. Oh, won't that be a twist? What I like about some of these type of shows is that this show is not an adaptation of a storyline. It's not part of the MCU. Rather, just an adaptation of the character in the stories. For example, Lunella is 9 years old in the comic, described as the smartest character in Marvel, while in the show, she is 13 years old. But according to the Beyonder, she is still pretty smart.
Age difference is still there, but yes, that doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of wondered why the Beyonder didn't go to anyone else in the Marvel Universe, like Mr. Fantastic or Tony Stark.
Well, there's your answer. Lunella is the smartest.
Yeah, I heard she's the second smartest, actually.
I don't know what modern media of Marvel has some against Inhumans and all, but apparently in the comic, Lunella is also described as being an Inhuman. That kind of have a little mind link between herself and Devil Dinosaur.
And that was sort of referenced in the sleepover episode of the series. Which one thing I do like about that episode is that, unlike other body switching stories, Lunella and Devil seem to switch bodies like
multiple times
instead of just staying in each bodies throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, because they switch bodies multiple times, whereas common shows with episodes having switched bodies, it's just more permanent. just for the entire episode until its ending. They switch back.
Exactly. We should probably talk about Devil now.
Yes, Devil
go.
Dinosaur. He's
He is
he's pretty fun, and
the
unlike
gentle
most
giant.
dinosaurs,
That's the only thing I've been describing him from here on out. A gentle giant. When I saw the first episode, I was like thinking to myself, how is New Yorkers that unfazed to see a red dinosaur on broad daylight?
well, my answer is it's Marvel. New York gets attacked all the time. There's alien invasions. There's mutant man spiders swinging around. There's a sorcerer.
Space celestials coming out of the earth. Egyptian gods fighting each other like Power Ranger Megazords.
See that? So a dinosaur roaming around New York, shouldn't that be surprising? I'm like, they're probably thinking, well, it must be Tuesday.
Must be another Tuesday in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
At least not King Kong again.
What's also pretty funny about Devil Dinosaur, we're all used to hearing that Jurassic Park roar, but in this version, Devil, he just sounds, it's kind of snarling about that. Yeah. What's funny is that the voice of Devil Dinosaur also voices Tuna, the precognitive cat from Kid Cosmic.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Me neither, because when it comes to animals, I thought the one voice actor, what was the D. Bradley Baker? Yes, D. Bradley
Or Frank
Baker. When it
Welker.
comes to animals, I've always keep thinking that D. Bradley Baker would be the one doing these voices, because he's always done this magnificent range of specific animals that he plays in animated shows. I didn't know it would be the same voice actor that plays Tuna Sandwich from Kid Cosmic.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
Fred Tatasciore. I hope to God I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh.
Catashore?
That's it.
Oh my
I thought it was going to be Frank Welker.
Yeah, he's in a lot of roles there, and he's like going from hot damn to snarling beast. I'm like, damn, this
That's
guy.
just magnificent range of voice acting. Mind blown.
And if you didn't know about Kid Cosmic, how about in the show? Because Fred also voices another Marvel character in the show, the Devastator.
I think he's a villain from the comics too, but I never heard of him until now. I never heard of most of the show. I never really heard of most of the villains in the show, actually.
Which is also pretty amazing. What I kind of like about these shows, reintroducing some of these characters that, I mean, we're so used to the MCU, we've probably forgotten, or maybe never even heard of some of these bad guys. How many of you ever heard of the Flying Fox?
No idea.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if she's from the comics. Some of the villains in the show are original, keep in mind.
Oh, I actually looked them up there.
Yeah.
Taz, Flying Fox, Odessa Drake, Maris Morlock.
So Flying Fox is from the comics.
Yes. There are a handful of original bad guys, but yeah, who I just named, yeah, they are real characters.
I know we kind of already talked about this now, but I fucking love the Beyonder.
I forgot to mention, I love the build up for the Beyonder, because when the show started, you've noticed that with
There was
all
a
the
narrator
villains,
voice.
yeah, he was narrating when he was narrating about the villains in the show. It was the magnificent build up that the narrator was clearly the Beyonder the whole time. I love that.
Yeah, that was such a cool way to build him up. That was so worth it.
It kind of reminds me of God of War and Ruby. When we hear the voiceover, the narration, and near the end, we actually see who the narrator is. There's Gaia, there's Salem, and now the Beyonder. These villains are good at narrations.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much.
There's an actual original character that, as far as I'm concerned, it has not been in any Marvel comics. Casey Calderon, Lunella's friend and manager.
Yeah, she's alright.
He's alright.
Yeah, I'm really starting to like Casey as a character as well.
She's a very great friend, even willing to put on the costume and actually willing to fight. she has no chance of winning.
But the rest of the characters, I love Lunella's family, including Mimi. I never thought.
I love Lunella's dad.
Yeah.
Why is he? You do what he does, or you just thought he's kind of funny?
I just thought he's funny. I love the rest of Lunella's family too,
including Mimi, which was Lunella's grandmother, which I didn't even think that she would be the original Moon Girl, but maybe I think I've known that Mimi was original Moon Girl because when I saw the poster of who Moon Girl is, it almost looked similar to Mimi. It was like, oh my goodness, that was her the whole time.
I'm gonna make this clear. I am not a huge Marvel fan. I mean, I like the movies, and I like some shows there, but I am not an avid comic book reader. So I do not know everything about Moon Girl, the Avengers, and so on. But show-wise, I thought it was pretty cool that Mimi was the original Moon Girl, just without the superpowers.
I can relate too. Like, despite not being more of a mix of Marvel stuff, story-wise, I love the plot. I love the story. And I wish for this show the best of success,
Me too.
Marvel aside, I mean, yes, it's a Marvel show, so it's got that working for them. And story-wise, it is a pretty cool show, full of action, full of heart, and very diverse. That's very nice, and I hope we can continue that trend where it's just accepted.
And I hope Disney doesn't cut down the third season because of this. Owl House.
Yes, please don't. They made that mistake before, and I think they'll make sure of it that it won't happen again.
I didn't binge the show like in one sitting. I saw some of the episodes, a handful of episodes, like a couple months ago, and I went back at it last week, finishing the rest. So my memory is not exactly 100% in tune. What I do remember is that sleepover episode that you mentioned, when the little brother, he was just being a real brat.
I actually rewatched some episodes in preparation for the video I did on the series.
Yeah, and you even did a video of it too, right?
The ending of that episode was my favorite. The brain switching episodes, and then they ended up chasing the boy. The rest of the girls at the sleepover saw that, no, Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur beating up my little brother. And then they started beating him up with pillows. Honestly, that kid deserved it. He was
Oh, and before we continue, I want to address the elephant in the room when it comes to releasing the episodes. Like, why do you have to release the episodes early into Disney Plus before the original release date? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't know about you, man, but I don't got cable, so this is a pretty good deal for me, honestly.
Sometimes, to me, I just think it'd be more better if, like, all the episodes will air on a weekly. Like, first 5 episodes be aired on the weekly first, and then the 5 episodes being added into Disney Plus, and then it'll happen again. Like it did it before with the Owl House of Season 1A, and perhaps we should try it again, hopefully with the second season. So that way, every time new episodes get aired on the weekly, the fandom will increase bigger and bigger and bigger for the shows.
Some of the release strategy is just very, very confusing. I don't even know what they're doing up there. Like how he said, it's very diverse and inclusive. That's pretty cool. But throughout the show, it also discusses internet trolling, fear.
Now that you mentioned the troll, it kind of reminds me of a Wander Over Yonder episode with the exact same concept of a troll who gets bigger when he gets attention from his bullying.
Yeah, but we didn't get a rap battle from Wander, did we?
Yeah, that rap battle. I remember that episode, and that rap battle was like kind of weird. Like I like the rest of the music,
weird
but yeah.
What's weird for me is how the troll is a symbiote, and this is Marvel. The one thing that pops into my head was Venom. Of course. Use the sonic boom against it, but somehow that thing just doesn't phase it. So I'm thinking to myself, what kind of symbiote is this thing? It's obviously not from Venom's planet, is he? And then another episode, they talk about hair.
I love that episode. What was it called? Episode Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow I think that's what it's called.
You know, one of my favorite episodes is the one where they talk about gentrification with the two muzzlers.
Now, I don't hate it. I think it's an important episode. I thought it was great, but I really wanted to punch those guys. I wanted to punch the muzzlers.
Understandable.
It came to my shocking horror that one of the muzzlers was named Marcy.
I never realized that. I never noticed that. I don't really remember their names.
I know, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's a great episode.
I know that one of them is named Marcy.
Especially seeing the town to come together to take back their block.
That's literally the best highlight.
It's always nice to see that in superhero media.
Yes, because usually it's always just the superheroes that just do the work. And I'm starting to like how Girl and Devil Dinosaur, they changed things up a bit with having the whole town actually helping the hero out when they're in serious danger. And given the fact that Moon Girl is technically teen, they helped Lunella out, and that's what I love about the show.
But it's also pretty disturbing how these rich guys are willing to destroy everything just for everything to be peace and quiet. Buy an island! Buy an island!
Dude, yes, that's what I keep saying.
Just leave us alone.
If you want peace and quiet, just buy yourself a private island. Like you are clearly rich. You've made a whole lot of successful money with your muscle stuff. Just buy yourself a private island.
I'm surprised you didn't get sued. Because think about it, you use that thing to just silence anybody. Just imagine the government got their hold on that damn thing. That would have been disaster. Yeah, ladies on the upside, they're going to Shield is gonna take care of them. God knows what they're gonna do with them.
Like, I love the finale, but when it comes to season 1, sometimes I just feel like season 1 could have been better ended if Maris Morlock was to be introduced at the ending of the finale, so that way it can make the stakes higher for season 2. And OMG issue 1 and 2, not gonna lie, they're good episodes, but it would have been more emotional.
I think the creators of the show said that at first it's going to be episodic, but then down the line it's gonna have a story, like other shows we've seen.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. He's a pretty alright villain, I guess. Nothing too crazy special, but he is very intimidating and effective.
And apparently, OMG issue 1 is not the first time he made an appearance.
Oh yeah, I remember the Fast Forward episode. He made a brief appearance in that.
Ad!
Along with a brief homage to the cover of the X-Men comic, Days of Future Past.
And an evil version of Moon Girl.
That too. So she'll probably be in season 2. Maybe that's the next Lunella was sent to.
Yeah, that's very likely. The gifted adolescence is going to is giving us plenty of hints to come. We got Morlock, so who knows what we're gonna see.
So Fury Adolescence episode is pretty much snippets of what it will be for season 2, I guess.
We already got, some of the stuff that episode foreshadowed, like Devil shrinking down, and of course Maris Morlock. I kind of thought that was just a fun little reference to a comic.
Likely, but again, this is a comic book show, so anything can happen.
Yeah, speaking of which, what do you guys expect from season 2? Like, after the massive cliffhanger with well, I'm gonna spoil this since you guys might have already watched it. I already watched it too. With season 1 ended where the portal is about to suck everything. Lunella comes to the idea that 2 separate people has to be in 1 different dimensions in order to close it. Lunella sacrifices herself to be trapped in another dimension in order to close the portal to do so.
That's another thing that kind of, I wouldn't say break the norm, but it's really something what these Disney shows are doing with their finale and whatnot. Like for Gravity Falls, it ended with the family taking back the shag, but Stan is hiding something. For the Owl House, Luz got Ida back.
But Bella starring on the portal. Back to Earth.
But still, at least they're together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
there's
and
that.
then in Amphibia, Anne is still with the Frog family, and Star is back safe and sound with her family and the Diaz's. This one, this is probably the first time I've seen that the main character is separated from her family in a Disney show.
I didn't even think that.
Yeah.
Because with most of the season 1 shows have happy endings. I was expecting for that to happen somewhere in season 2, but season 1, I won't mind.
Yeah, it really is breaking a norm. I never even noticed that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you just noticed it right now? How the previous shows, the characters are still together with their friends and family, but in this one, nope, you're stuck on the other side. Good luck finding your way out.
One thing I do expect from season 2 is more Beyonder.
Yes, more
Give
Beyonder.
me more of this character, guys.
Yes,
Give me more of this character. Give him a spin-off show for all I care. I just want to see more Beyonder, man.
Yeah.
Considering that the guy who plays him, he's in the MCU, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a brief appearance in the MCU, honestly.
I wonder if we're going to see Lunella in Secret Wars.
In Secret Wars, like in the MCU Secret War?
Yeah, MCU Secret Wars.
The MCU is certainly branching off to more of the Young Avengers storyline, or at the very least, hinting at it. Now, I don't think Lunella is part of the Young Avengers.
Well, she wouldn't fill out a place with the Young Avengers, honestly.
Yeah.
She wouldn't. I'll agree with you there. But it would also be pretty jarring to see Lunella in the MCU, even as the Beyonder himself saying that animated shows are way better.
Oh, I remember that scene where he's referring that animation is way better than the live action ones. Like, what was the thing he said? What?
He was watching. He never understood why humans are obsessed with remakes when the animation is so much better.
Yes,
Facts.
I love that call
Beyonder
out.
facts.
I love a call out. That makes me immediately love the Beyonder so much.
I wonder if he was watching those Disney remakes.
Yeah.
Could have been watching the new Little Mermaid for all I care. For all we know.
I feel like my prediction is that for season 2A, it could most likely spent with Lunella being trapped in the dimensions while Mimi is trying to get her granddaughter back.
I kind of thought that would be like season premiere, not just like
2A.
season 1A.
Yeah,
No,
I think
season
that'd be a
2A
bit of a stretch if it was. I think that'd be a bit of a stretch if it was extended to half a season. I think more likely as episode 1 would work. Just the first couple episodes, not a whole season, not a whole half.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even see Evil Moon Girl in those episodes where Lunella's stuck in the other dimension.
Maybe.
Yeah, because again, we are getting more episodes on the second season than we have in the first season.
Not to mention that we're also getting probably one of the coolest guest stars in this season 2, Peter Weller.
Who's Peter Weller?
RoboCop.
Oh, interesting. Wonder who he's gonna be voicing.
Yeah, I wonder. But
He's gonna be a snooty historian.
A snooty historian.
Which is funny.
I thought it was
My favorite Marvel Comics character.
Which is
A
funny
snooty
because
historian.
Peter, like I said, he's been RoboCop for a while. He was even RoboCop in Mortal Kombat 11, and he was also in The Dark Knight Returns as Batman. This role may be kind of small or maybe not meaningful, but I still think it's pretty cool that he's gonna be in it.
But anywho, like I said before, the other predictions I would love to see is just for Moon Boy to appear in season 2.
Like I said, that would be pretty cool cameo. We haven't like I heard he's been in a couple of episodes from different shows, but still, it would be pretty nice considering Moon Girl does kind of replace Moon Boy.
The company Disney TVA is most likely in good hands because I wish for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur the best of success. And thank goodness the show got greenlit for its second season when it did. Because this show has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I'm also very hopeful for the show's future.
I am looking forward to season 2 in the near future. And if they're able to make Moon Girl work as a show, I wonder if they can do any other characters, any Marvel characters.
Lesser known heroes.
Lesser heroes, you know? Like how?
Pretty cool.
Like I know you got some. I know you got some Marvel fans who knew Moon Girl. But how many in the public eye?
Interesting
Hardly any.
Like as far as people know, the MCU, that's their Marvel. So yeah, like Moon Girl is this is practically my introduction to Moon Girl, and I'll probably look into the comic in the near future. So it makes me wonder if there are any other heroes that could also get their shot.
I mean, the MCU is about to introduce Wonder Man soon.
See, that's another thing. You don't even know if these characters are real or not. I had someone ask me when Black Adam was coming out, they asked me, hey, is he a real character? I said, yeah, he's DC.
I knew it was DC.
Well, we all know how that movie turned out.
Yeah, pretty much.
That aside, I'm hopeful for Blue Beetle at best.
I don't really know a whole lot about Blue Beetle, but I'm hopeful for the movie.
Oh, with that said, thank you all for being in another awesome podcast. The moment Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur premiered, I immediately fell in love with the art style and the fight scenes on the art style is one of my best highlights on the show.
Well, I mean, it makes sense considering that the animation is by Flying Bark Productions.
The people who did Rise of the TMNT.
And Glitch Tex.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that until now. Interesting.
Oh, one more thing before I go. I highly recommend you all check out my YouTube review of Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur on my YouTube channel. It desperately needs more views.
Or maybe put that link in the description.
Which I will do that.
I will.
With that said, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you won't miss out on any more of the animation content with me and my friends. With that said, I bid you peace. Bye! Say bye, everyone. And that quote never
Bye!
Ciao.
Here's a ridiculous comment like, a pregnant woman shouldn't be riding a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
And we're all like,
comments
dude,
about
this is a superhero.
Yeah, I know which one you're referring to. It's we're only like a week away from the sequel. So excited about that.
I don't want anyone to say anything about Spider-Verse. I want to avoid spoilers as much as I can.
Are you referring to the first movie? Because
the second one.
How can we spoil the second movie when it's not even out yet?
Yeah, it's not even out.
Because I'm seeing it next week.
But
so am I.
It's not out yet, so how can we spoil something that we haven't seen either? That's
previews. There's previews out.